Welcome along to the Landlord and Letting Show here at the Barbican. You're tuned to Property Tribes TV, and we're going to do a quick walk around and have a quick chat to some of the exhibitors. And right now we're on the Residential Landlords Association stand, and I'm joined by Adrian.
Hello.
Hello Adrian, has it been a busy day for you?
Yes, we've had a good day today. We've been visited by a lot of landlords, and yes, it's been very interesting.
And signing up new members?
Yes, we've done very well, thank you. Yeah, it's
excellent.
Been good. Yeah,
now tell us a little bit about what landlords were interested in at your TDS seminar that you co-hosted with TDS.
They're obviously very interested in the outcome of the super strike situation and the impact that that's going to have on them. The situation, as I'm sure you're aware, has been broadcast across the press, and people are obviously looking for guidance and a steer as to how that might impact on them and how it's going to affect them going forward. So the RLA obviously are working to ensure that we give our members the right advice, and hopefully they'll be kept on the right side of the law.
Well, that's definitely one of the benefits of being a member of a landlord association to get the right advice. But also, I think some people don't realise that you actually are a voice for landlords at a political level, and you're actually going to be featuring and being involved at the Tory Party conference at the end of the month, aren't you?
That's right. Yes, we've got a number of meetings arranged with local with MPs there at the conference, and the Residential Landlords will be hosting dinners and one thing and another to engage with MPs and discuss the issues of the day, obviously which are important to landlords from our point of view, because we want to make things better for them moving forward.
And you're also on the Green Deal Steering Committee as well, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. We're involved with all sorts of political and ongoing agendas. Obviously, the RLA are a campaigning organisation. We use much of the funds that we receive from our members for that purpose, and basically to try and create a better environment for landlords going forward.
And of course for tenants,
yes,
at the end of the day.
Hopefully better landlords will give better tenants.
Well, keep up the good work. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you. This next stand caught my eye, Elfin Kitchens, and I'm joined by Neil. And Neil, what you've essentially got here is mini kitchens.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about them.
We specialise in mini compact kitchens for rented accommodation, studio, bed sits. One of our biggest markets is student accommodation. This unit here meets all the HMO requirements. What you need is a 1 metre worktop to go on the end. It should be.
So right in there you've got storage, sink, hob, fridge, microwave, oven. Fantastic. So all really condensed down, ideal for small spaces.
Yeah, we're doing for small spaces.
Well, as you can see, there's a number of seminars going on here, and if we just have a little peek in there, we can see Richard Lambert, CEO of the National Landlords Association, and he's going to be speaking about sustainable renting.
Bridging finance is becoming a lot more popular these days, and it's mainly to do with the exit routes and the appetite for lending out there. You've got a lot more lenders in the market, i.e. your Birmingham Midshires, the Mortgage Works, the high street lenders, which are coming back with more of an appetite to take out our bridging finance or bridging finance lenders in general. So we've got more exit routes, so we've got more appetite to lend.
Yes.
So our criteria has become less strict than it was a few years ago. Lots of investors out there are looking to find properties where they're looking to add value.
Yes.
Because bridging really is about adding value more than anything else. You don't bring a scenario or a property to a bridging lender unless you can add value. And it's the type of property that a normal high street lender wouldn't accept. So your standard bridge would be like a residential property with no kitchen, no bathroom, the roof's collapsed down a little bit, it maybe needs a damp course. Now your lenders on the high street won't lend to these types of property. Where we will. Where we'll give a good percentage against those properties.
So generally about 70% max?
With ourselves it's 65%, but we lend 65% on the open market valuation, not the actual purchase price.
Okay.
Which can add a few more percent on top of that, yeah, so it makes a difference. But it's the type of property we lend on.
As the owner of 3 Bengal Tiger cats, I'm a big supporter of Let's with Pets, and I'm joined now by Claire from the Dogs Trust.
Hi.
Hello Claire, and just tell us a little bit about why Dogs Trust is getting behind the Let's with Pets campaign.
Well, very much aware that today more people are renting in the private rental sector. We've worked for many years in the social housing sector, so what we're doing is transferring the knowledge we have from that to the private sector and trying to encourage landlords and letting agencies to accept people with pets and making the landlord and letting agency sector aware that nearly 50% of the population now have a pet.
Indeed, and pets are like part of the family, aren't they?
They are.
And for somebody to be in rented accommodation and not to have that choice to have their pet, to me, I couldn't entertain it at all. So it's great that you're creating awareness that pets don't necessarily need to have a negative impact on a property.
No, they don't. I think what landlords and letting agencies need to be aware of, this is a few steps that they need to go about when they're initially renting out a property, and that minimises any risks basically for the future, such as taking a larger deposit, asking for a reference from a previous landlord where someone may have rented before with their pets, asking particularly for a payment so that they can get the property professionally cleaned after exit, and just making sure one of the most important things is that actually the property is managed during the duration of the rental period. So once those things are brought into place, then there should be no risks whatsoever. I think historically pet owners have maybe potentially had a bad name, if you like, and what we're trying to do is we're change that perception as more and more people are renting a rental property for life rather than as a short step. And so we know there are lots of people out there who want certain levels of properties and expect a nice home, and they'll be responsible, but they obviously expect letting agencies and landlords to put those things in place as well to protect them as well as the letting agency.